I'm taking pictures, bud.
You're trying to talk to them, though.
No, I'm not. I'm talking to the camera. I'm narrating to the camera. I just told you that. I'm telling them they got a bulldog back there.
Okay, we'll try to keep narrating.
I have freedom of speech, man. I have freedom of speech. Now you're starting to get a little, you need a little more training on freedom of speech, bud. I'm not detained. I'm not detained. Please leave me alone. Okay?
Minor.
So here's the danger, guys. If I go back in there right now and someone else starts screaming at me and threatening to kick my ass, these guys are going to come and give me another charge. And this is how they're destroying our Constitution.
There's your copy.
Just like this.
So my suggestion in situations like this is always, in the interest of preserving public peace, to just go somewhere else for the day. Obviously, I can't make you do that unless the post office
that's not going to happen. I've got to go in there just to show.
But that is my suggestion.
Right, I get you.
Let me fill this out, and I'll come back and talk to you. Okay?
Yeah. Am I still detained, sir?
So you're not detained, but if you want to file the charge, I still need you to sign that.
All right. I just want to take some pictures. Here it is, guy.
And I'll just have you stay a bit further back while I chat with him, okay?
Why is that?
This is my scene right here, and I just don't want any interference in it. Okay?
I'll give you 20 feet, bud. Yes, sir. What's going on?
Just don't interfere with what's going on here.
I'm not interfering. I'm taking pictures. That's a constitutional right. Oh, they had a bulldog back there. That's why he was so tough. We've got a bulldog back there. Now I know why the little guy was so tough. Look at the size of the head on that guy right there.
You can't interfere. You can't be talking to them.
I'm taking pictures, bud.
You're trying to talk to them, though.
No, I'm not. I'm talking to the camera. I'm narrating to the camera. I just told you that. I'm telling them they got a bulldog back there.
Okay, we'll try to keep narrating.
I have freedom of speech, man. I have freedom of speech. Now you're starting to get a little, you need a little more training on freedom of speech, bud. I'm not detained. I'm not detained. Please leave me alone. Okay?
Minor. You can do that. That's fine.
Well, that's a big boy right there. That's American Bulldog. There's Officer Minor right there. Needs more training. Needs to honor his oath. That's a serious oath you took, bud. Ain't no joke. You gotta respect the Constitution. Straight up. That's what separates us from any other country, man. Our Constitution. You try to make this a crime, you're going to be North Korea before your kids grow up. You can smirk all you want, bud. Fucking punk.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do.
Punk ass bitch.
Sir, please don't engage with him. Cussing in public is potentially.
Punk's not a cuss word, neither is bitch, man. I got 2 bitches at home.
Okay.
And
so
that's a
here's
punk.
what we're gonna do.
I got freedom of speech, bud.
We got to get your body camera video. We're gonna do a report. We're gonna go over the body camera video before we determine all the potential charges. Okay. We're gonna.
All right.
We're
So
gonna put that off to the prosecutor's office.
So here's how I've just.
Citation.
Right. So I'm not sure if you have a right to confiscate my camera.
So I do, because it contains evidence.
Do you know the law? Can you cite me the law on that? Because otherwise I'm gonna have to challenge you on that one. I'm gonna do all I can to keep my camera today.
Okay.
Now I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to go to jail.
I have reason to believe, based on your admission to me, that your camera contains evidence of a crime, which means you gotta fit to seizure.
Listen, man, you gotta tell me. All I want to do is just give me the code.
I don't know the code off the top of my head.
All right, I need a supervisor. I need a supervisor out here. I like the supervisor before you let that man leave, because now I'm not even sure you know the law about that. That guy assaulted me, and he's gone.
So I've concluded.
Was he ever detained?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I read him his rights.
Yeah, I need a supervisor out here.
Well, I'll see if one's available. We have a lot going on right now. Post Falls 1141.
All right, guys, we're letting this guy go. He just violated my rights. Now the cops are violating my rights, and now they're going to confiscate my property. Welcome to Nazi Germany. And they just follow orders. They don't care about the Constitution. None of them do. Yeah, I thought when you came out there, man, the way you conducted yourself over there, I thought this was going to go over cheesy. And all it takes is one citizen, man, not to like what I'm doing, and I get charges, and my property gets confiscated.
So it's different when there's a reported crime, and I think you know that. Negative.
No, I don't know that. I don't know that. I need to know the law, then I'll know it.
So.
I mean, if it's a law, it's a law.
Over there, you're doing nothing illegal, right? You're standing on public property, you're on a public sidewalk, you're taking pictures from outside.
Right.
Nothing illegal about
Still
that.
Still am.
So, in here, you're on the post office's property now. So that's a little different, right? If they want you to get off their property, they have the right to ask you to get off their property. 2, Terry v. Ohio says that if there's reasonable suspicion that crime is afoot or something has occurred or is about to occur, that I can detain you and I can identify you to investigate that crime.
Right.
When I am on my way here, when you got called in again as suspicious.
Well, I want to narrow it down to the part where you take my property, bud.
Okay, so like I explained to you, because it contains evidence of a crime, it's forfeit.
Yeah, well, you cited case law on the other one. You need to cite case law on this one. Well, I'm gonna have to challenge it.
There's too many.
I'm gonna have to challenge it to the best of my ability without going to jail.
Okay.
If you threaten to take me to jail unless I give you my stuff, then you can steal my stuff from me.
Let me call our forensics detective.
Okay.
And let me chat with him and see if he can tell you that. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey Neil. It's Dolky. Hey, so I'm out here at the post office. We have a couple of crimes that have occurred, all misdemeanors.
Allegedly.
The gentleman that's out here has a body camera he's wearing that recorded all of it. I am telling him he needs to submit that because it contains evidence of a crime, and he is wanting to know the code or the case law that requires it. Yeah. There is no law that requires it. So he is the offender and the victim. There's two different sides to this. Pictures, and he has a body camera that recorded the entire interaction.
I also have a.
He does not.
I have two cameras.
Because he is having. Okay. Oh, okay. I guess that was my misunderstanding then. Okay. Okay. I will let him know that. All right, thank you. Bye. Okay. So that is my misunderstanding. I cannot force you to give up your camera. That being said, we can apply for a search warrant for the video.
Okay.
So what you can do is you can come down to the police department and we can just download it off the camera, give the camera right back to you. And then that evidence, that video evidence, can go into this report.
Right. Okay.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for in the first place, man. And everybody makes mistakes, man. You know what I mean? It's all good.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so I'll just follow you down there. I'm parked over down there a little ways.
Okay.
And so, are you gonna be there with me and stuff?
I will head over there. I will meet you in the front lobby of the police department with our detective. We'll get it handled for you.
All right. And so what about the chain of custody thing? Did he say anything about that? Because I'm willing to give you the camera as long as you'll give it back to me when we get over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So apparently, I don't know if that was just another misunderstanding for me.
Right.
That's how.
Well, anyway, bro, it ain't that important. It's not a Supreme Court case.
Okay.
How's it going, bud?
Good, how are you?
Good.
I think we got it all sorted out. Okay. So he's gonna meet us over at the PD.
There's Sergeant here.
Video off of this camera, and then we'll get it back to him. Okay.
How you doing, Sergeant?
How are you?
Good. Can't complain. Got charges on me, so I ain't too happy, but I think I can work that out.
Okay.
My lawyer will have fun with that.
All right.
All right.
I think we're all set here then.
You report for the PD or?
Yeah, I'm gonna get with Neil so we can get the video taken care of. Okay.
All right, guys, I'm on my way to the PD. I'm not sure if I'm handling this the right way. I don't like the idea of charging this guy with something, but I'm going to turn around and try to take away my rights, man. And these cops aren't going to defend my right to take pictures. In fact, just the opposite. They assisted and then advised me to not practice my constitutional rights here anymore. Now we'll see if they solicited a trespass from the post office. Now let's hope nothing bad happens to me down at this precinct. anyone should even go in there, man. And then they end up arresting me for something. Because I won't be able to keep my body cam rolling. While he going that way. Looks like they ditched me. Oh, well, postmaster's out here. So that's the postmaster. He's going to trespass me. Let's see if I can get some of this footage. He's taking off. Alright, let's try to figure this out.
Probably, but I didn't know how much to put on it.
So what's your address here?
My address here is 993
It's
North
not something you
Market
need to insure, it's just paper.
Okay, what was your number supposed to
What?
be? Your trailer number.
Looks like the postmaster may be hiding.
Yeah.
It doesn't have
It doesn't have a
to.
unit number or anything?
No.
Do you have a tracking number?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second. Just gotta make sure I'm on the right
Get this
package.
line in here.
I have one more thing coming
Okay.
after this package. And I was actually going to ask about that volunteer, because I'm not sure where it's at, to be honest with you.
Wait, so this is the one.
This is the one.
Yeah, so just gonna ignore me there, and then I have no idea where the postmaster went. So I'm gonna hang out a while, I guess. Well, he probably setting me up.
Hi, how are you? Good, how are you doing? Good.
Oh, I got it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, and I'm on this one.
Yeah, I was gonna hang out and try to talk to the postmaster, but he walked in there and went into hiding. I'm gonna go head over to the police station.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
Good. I'm Detective Burig. Do our digital forensics. I guess you have some video for download?
Right, I've been kind of thinking it over on the way down here, and so I think I've decided to do is I want to go ahead and file the charge, but I want to turn this video over to my attorney
Okay.
and let. I was even thinking about letting him file. Can my attorney file the complaint?
No. So what would in Idaho, all criminal charges are filed on behalf of the state. So your attorney can send us paperwork if they want, and then we can build a case from there. So if you want to do
Right.
it that way, then, I mean, that's your choice. The problem with doing that is, at least right now, I can authenticate the validity of the evidence, right? Because it hasn't been altered, it's remained on your person. Once it goes to a third party like an attorney and then it bounces around, I can't authenticate it. So it's your call.
Right, yeah, no, I don't need you to authenticate it, because anyway, it's already been out of the chain of custody, so you could always make that argument, already. So, yeah, at this point, and I hate to say this, I just don't trust you guys, the way that he let the guy walk away. The guy that assaulted me, he lets him, I told him he's giving a false statement, and he wouldn't even, check out the video for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
He let the guy walk away. I mean,
The only way to look at it, I mean, we have to, obviously that one doesn't have a screen on it, right?
right, but the problem is, he wasn't interested in it. And he said even if he looked at it, since the crime didn't happen in his presence, the guy was still going to walk. But the guy was giving a false statement. You know what I'm saying? I should have asked for his supervisor earlier, and that was my mistake. But, I'm trying to improve my game too. You know what I mean?
I get you.
But at this point, yeah, I'm thinking that, I need to get my attorney involved in this and so forth.
If you're wanting to pursue those charges like we talked about,
Right.
I'm doing a report for it, and we'll submit the charges. And then you can talk with your attorney still. They can get with our prosecutor's office and add whatever information needs to be added.
Okay, yeah, if you want to go ahead and take do the charge, for me, and get that process started, I'm willing to do that. But I'm not willing to trust you with my property.
Okay. Well, we wouldn't take your property. So what I would like to do.
Yeah, but I'd have to stop rolling, and that's I'd have to stop rolling. And these guys are intimidating. I know you don't try to be, but in this day and age, man, you never know when they're going to start stomping you for something you didn't do. And
I don't foresee that happening.
well, I'm not trying to accuse them of that.
No,
It's that the public is a little apprehensive in this day and age. You guys are on edge. They've got you guys on edge. You guys are getting ambushed everywhere and so forth, and so I get it.
Yeah.
But
All I want to do is if you've got video of him committing a crime and you want something done about it, and you've got the evidence, that's the best evidence rule. And if so, the other option is
the problem is he charged me. So now whatever I say can be used against me, and that's why I want to get my attorney involved. I think that's I think that's what you would do.
No, I
know what I
mean,
mean?
it's totally your prerogative how you do it.
Right, but I've seen. Listen, if a cop gets charged, they shut up. That's what your lawyer tells you to do. Shut up.
Okay.
That's rule number one. Shut up. And so, yeah, I would like to go ahead and file the charge, and so that I can, do the same thing he did to me. I can't believe he got away with that. That's crazy.
So
now I got to spend lawyer money. You know what I mean? For exercising my rights.
A Supreme Court case that came down from the Idaho Supreme Court that makes it so we cannot arrest people outside of our presence for misdemeanor.
Right, I
crimes.
know, I get it.
And
I get it.
no matter what, like even if like we had the greatest evidence and your video might be
But
it.
but he was in the presence of him giving a false report.
So that's a little different. So that's still during the process of the investigation. If they lie to us, we're the victim of that, and then we determine if we're going to arrest on that. But in this specific case, the first thing we got to do is look at the original crime. Why are we here? We're here because there's a call for service. Let's look at that call for service, right? So if he lied to us and we prove that down.
What was your rank again?
I'm detective.
Detective?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can give you my card if you want. I can go grab that for you.
Yeah, we can do that later. No, I get it. I get what you're saying. I understand that you guys, but I think that if you really wanted to protect my constitutional rights, you could have done that. He could have done that. He chose not to. Okay, he chose to let this person make a false report on me, and now I got to spend another, maybe $2,500 on an attorney. You know what I mean? I didn't come out there for that. You know what I mean? I don't mind defending myself in the court of law and everything, but it's getting kind of expensive, you know?
No, I see what you're saying. Obviously, if you don't want to give us the video right now, you don't have to. Give it to your attorney.
Right.
Who's your attorney that you work with?
My attorney's name is Bryce Powell.
Okay. So let me give you my card. Talk to Bryce, and then have him get a hold of me if he's willing to give us the video. Like I said, if it shows him committing a crime upon your person, that's the best evidence. Because I can tell you right now, without the video, if we're trying to charge him, I don't know how we're going to be successful. You know what I mean?
I mean, the guy even assaulted me in his presence. Actually, now that I think about it, but then he goes, "Oh no, I didn't mean that."
Okay.
But the point I'm making is that this officer, and I don't know him that well, but he appears on my first encounters, my second encounter, that he's I also listened to him talk to the postmaster. Did they trespass me, by the way?
They did want you trespassed from the property.
Okay, and you never told me that. I pulled up right next to him. This guy's working against me. Okay, and that's why I'd actually like to have a different officer take the report, if you don't mind.
Well, he's got the facts, and I trust Officer Dahlke. He called me during the incident for advice.
Well, he's working against me. So I'll go ahead and let my attorney handle everything.
I don't think he's working against anybody.
Well, you weren't there. I mean, I'm looking at the totality of everything, and he solicited a trespass is what he did. Okay, this man, that's against the law. You guys got to follow the law.
What do you mean solicited it?
Well, he appeared to be soliciting a trespass. They were both bad-mouthing First Amendment auditors, and saying how terrible we are for standing up for the Constitution, and I'm paraphrasing, of course. But yeah, I heard a little bit of that conversation. I wish I would have got more of that conversation, but I did go into the post office not knowing that I was trespassed. When I was right behind you, you saw me there. You could have told me. And he drove off. He saw me there and he drove off.
My understanding was you were going to come straight here and we were going to talk in the lobby.
Well, my understanding is that I was going to follow you here. Okay, it's all on video.
Well, regardless, I mean, if you want us to do something about the crime, just get a hold of your attorney. Decide if you want to do a video.
That's what I'll do. I'll handle it through my attorney. He has to be the one
that takes the report, though, because he's the one with the facts. And then what happens to our case files is they get assigned to a detective, assign me as the primary detective on it, so that because I already know the facts, and that way.
Okay, this is the last thing I'm going to say on it, right?
Yes.
And I hope you guys have a great day. Seriously.
I hope so too.
No, I mean I don't have any kind of animosity with you guys at all. It's hard. I mean that may be hard for you to believe, but it's true. Okay. At this point in time, you know what I mean, it appears to me that he will make a report that's prejudiced against me. That's the way I feel about it. So there's no reason for me, and if this is a citizen's report, there's no need to have a middleman, right?
Well, you're welcome to fill out a statement. I'll give you my email address.
Yeah, I'll let my attorney, I'll let him know about it. It's going to cost me money, but I'll be safer that way, because I can see that you guys aren't respecting the Constitution. It's sad, and I don't think it's your fault. It's your leadership. You're being trained the wrong way. And that's actually part of what I'm doing.
We can disagree on that. I think.
Well, of course, it's your job to defend your leaders, man. I get it, man. Okay, totally get it.
I think that the leadership here has been pretty consistent with supporting the rights of First Amendment auditors throughout our country.
Right, and you know what? And that's been my experience.
Casey Whalen. I mean, he's been in here. We give him the full treatment. We don't care if people record, but when we respond out to like the post office, that's their buildings, not ours.
Right.
But let me get my card for you, so I'll be right back with you.
Appreciate that.
And if you don't mind, I would like to just say something real quick.
Sure, bud. Go ahead.
So, I've taken more than one oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Right.
It's very, very important to me. I hope that that was evident by my first time when I talked to you out behind the post office, is that, hey, you're doing nothing illegal, cool, have a good day. The problem is when we come to a situation where we're having numerous crimes being reported, I can only go off of, at the scene, the words of the two different people. And we have two very opposing statements, which is why I'm getting a statement from him, I'm getting a statement from you. It's all going into a report together. I'm not biased against you, I'm not biased against him. To me, honestly, it sounds like there were things done wrong on both sides. And that's why I had that conversation with the other gentleman out behind his car that he wasn't too thrilled about either. So I'm not trying to violate your rights, but I do have a job to do and I do have laws to enforce.
And you know what? And I believe that. I really do. I believe that.
So here's my card, so I'll be assigned as the detective, so he'll type it, it'll come to me. I can assure you, I've seen his work product. I've never seen him be biased, ever. And so if that happens, I'll call it when I see it. You know?
Well, I guess I have a little bit of bias myself because I'm the victim. You know, I didn't do anything wrong today.
Yeah. No,
I didn't break a law today. And here I am, going to hire another attorney or hire my attorney for another case. You know what I mean? And for exercising my rights. And nobody's protecting the First Amendment, you know, except for me and a few other people. You know what I mean? But you guys aren't doing it. Now you're doing it to an extent in that you're not obvious about it. This is my opinion, because I just been, you know, a victim of a crime. And you know, now I'm being accused of a crime. So yeah, I've probably got some bias in myself. I would have liked to see, you know, maybe that guy hauled off and be sorry for what he did, and that's not happening. So yeah, you know, I got some bias in myself, and I get it, man. But yeah, I believe that you're trying as the best you can, and I appreciate your service. I really do. That's from the bottom of my heart, bud.
Well, I appreciate that.
And the other side of it too, with the post office, it's a really unique location because it's federal property, and so, I mean, it's up to the postmaster to enforce that, but it sounds like the postmaster's involved.
Well, that's another thing too. You guys didn't really have the, you never thought about that. I mean, that's sort of in a shady area too, as far as your jurisdiction.
Well, it's
area
tough because it's within the city of Post Falls, but there are certain crimes like the postal inspector takes over. So these are all things like more the reason why we would not arrest somebody right away, because we have to figure it out. Obviously, if someone came in there with a gun and robbed the post office, they're going in handcuffs, and we'll figure that part out. But I mean, when we're dealing with this type of stuff, we just need to make sure we cross our T's, dot our I's, and be thorough. And so
excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt you, but this is important. This is what I guess the point I was trying to make with Officer Dalkey and the Coeur d'Alene Police and the Kootenai County Sheriffs, is that these other government agencies are using you as bouncers. Okay, so I could go in there and take a picture and someone don't like it, and then they call all you guys and say, hey, I want this guy out of here. You guys are going to go in there and you're going to take me out of there, even though I didn't do anything to deserve it. I have a constitutional right to do what I'm doing. And so by not being aware of the Constitution, and especially the First Amendment, I'm here for the First Amendment specifically today, okay? And that's what you're allowing them to do. Now, I've seen other jurisdictions where they call them up and the cops come in and tell the postmaster they're not doing anything illegal, okay? But you guys aren't doing that. What you're doing is you're going in there, and it happened at Kootenai County Health, it can happen at any government facility. If the supervisor there calls the cops, 911, okay, you're going to come out there and you're going to bounce me. You know what I'm saying? And you guys should be better than that. You know what I mean? You should at least, and that's what fascism is. If you think about the definition of fascism, okay, Ronald Reagan said it's private ownership under government control. Okay? And that's what you're allowing to happen, is what I'm saying. Okay? Don't do that. Please don't do that. When you say you swore or that you honor your oath, that's part of it. If they're trying to violate my rights by doing that, they're saying, you can't take pictures in here, or I don't like your hat. You know, get him out of here. And you guys just come in there and bounce me out. You got to look into it a little more depth than that, is what I'm saying. You know
well, I can assure you we're going to.
All right, so, appreciate it. I forgot your name.
Detective Urick. Call me Neil.
Appreciate it.
So you got my info?
Yep.
Get a hold of your attorney, and then let us know.
I'll do that.
And if you don't mind
Do you got a card, bud?
Yeah, I have a card. And if you don't mind hanging out for just a couple minutes, the postmaster did say they wanted you trespassed from there.
Right. Am I
Just gonna
detained?
issue- I just need to give you a copy.
Am
of
I
the
detained,
written-
bud?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna
I
leave.
can mail it to you if you want.
Yeah, you told me. I don't need to go back there.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, I will mail you your copy. That
All
way you
right.
have it for your record.
And that's unconstitutional, by the way. You realize that, right?
That is something that's done by the post office.
Right.
Feel free to file a complaint with them, but if somebody says that you're being trespassed from the property, we have to notify.
Right, that's what I mean, right there. No one's protecting our rights against the government.